Unit 3, Section 2, Questions for Effective Tutoring. Questioning is one of the most useful tools that tutors have for working one-on-one with students. Since it's so natural to begin with questions when you begin working with a student, it's important to recognize why we question and how it can affect a tutoring session. In this section, we'll look at the kinds of questions tutors use to focus on students' need and how to avoid poor questioning that doesn't support student need. Tutors ask questions not just to get a conversation started, but to identify the student's need and determine the goal for the tutoring session. Asking questions is also how tutors manage time during a session, whereas appropriate questions make efficient use of time and inappropriate questions can waste time. Questioning and listening to the responses to those questions is also how tutors establish rapport with students. In a tutoring session, questioning usually begins with something simple like, "How can I help you?" But every student is different, and some students will arrive to tutoring with very specific needs and goals for the session, while others will arrive feeling very stuck and uncertain about what they need exactly. So when you begin questioning, always take into consideration the context and what you already know about the student's needs, so that your questioning is personalized and it targets what they came in for. There are two common types of questioning, holistic and specific. Tutors can ask holistic questions to get a more general sense of where the student is struggling or has gotten stuck. General questions can then lead to more specific questions, which are used when you've already identified a specific area or issue that the student needs help with, or when the student has clear expectations for what they need help with. As a tool tutors use to support student success and not merely a conversational device, questioning always needs to be appropriate. Here are some appropriate versus inappropriate questions to ask when tutoring. Pause the video and read through these questions. Can you imagine a scenario when you might unintentionally ask a poor question? Inappropriate questions can cause hurt feelings as well as cause a tutoring session to veer off track. Our students are very busy adults, so it's important to keep sessions focused, so not to take up more time than necessary. Live tutoring sessions should be lively and constructive learning experiences for students. Questions therefore affect how the tutoring session goes and how much gets accomplished during it. As discussed, improper questions lead to wasted time, such as questions about aspects of the course or assignment that are not relevant to the specific reason the student sought the help of a tutor. Use questions not to start small talk, but to identify the student's need and determine the session goal. Tutors also use questioning to spark the student's interest, to help them think creatively and critically, and to think outside the box. And lastly, always question with good intention. If the student is fearful, confused, or even anxious, remaining calm and most importantly, pleasant will be important. Keep your tone upbeat and excited to be working with the student. Frustration takes a lot out of both tutor and tutee, so always be genuine and nice when questioning. In order to stay focused on the student, there are some questions to ask yourself too. For example, tutors should question the intent behind the student's visit. And questions like, how can I best assist this student? What is this student's desired outcome? What can I reasonably accomplish during the session? And what can I provide the student for after the session? Asking yourself these 5 questions as sort of a checklist will keep you focused on the student's need and help ensure you are providing personalized and useful support to the student. We've talked some about inappropriate questions and those that are not focused on why the student has come to tutoring. But there are a few other examples of poor questioning that should be mentioned. Poor questions are those that confuse students. As professionals and experts in the subject, tutors can easily confuse a student with too much information or too advanced of content knowledge. This goes back to what can be accomplished in this 20-minute session. Listen to what the student needs and do not try to do any favors by giving them more help than they could possibly apply after one tutoring session. Give the student an opportunity to learn a process in steps or to build on their knowledge one lesson at a time. This is why poor questioning can accomplish little and waste time. Poor questions are not focused on the individual student's needs. Tutors may tutor many students from the same course. It's important not to assume one student knows or understands what another student did. Questioning is essential to the tutoring experience. Questions are used to personalize the tutoring session and keep sessions student-centered. Both holistic and specific questions allow students to tell the tutor what they need and what they understand. Tutors must therefore only ask appropriate questions that keep the tutoring session focused and keep it progressing. Ultimately, questioning is a tool for reinforcing each student's learning. This concludes Section 2 of Unit 3, Questions for Effective Tutoring. Please continue with Section 3 of Unit 3, The Language of Feedback.